Project manager, you say you appointed. We have seen these documents. You authorized this money, but the money was to be put on his fuel card. Now, if it was a genuine transaction, why didn't it go through procurement to establish someone who is going to transport this document? Because I've looked at this document you have given us, renovation-related activities, and I see so many activities: scanning records, security and storage of new materials, transportation of furniture and disassembling it. I see 570 million point 939. This is page no. But before we go to this, we want to know who authorized money to be paid through fuel. You may say maybe it's not you. Point us the right direction.
Chair, thank you very much. The memo has just arrived before me, so I would like to tender it in on how we actually arrived at those figures from the 457, which the contractor had given us, all the way down to the 59.3, which I authorized. You will see that it's also itemized, and in principle, you approve the fuel. But then I don't go ahead to approve the modalities in which that fuel should be consumed, that someone can go and get even cash out of the Total. I don't know whether it is a cashback practice, but I will leave Total that they're competent enough to tell us about
how was this project manager, who you say was very competent, going to pay the companies that were transport the documents?
As I said, Chair, when I approve this, the memo on expenditure, now the user department, which he is now, like the project manager, he goes ahead to implement. And my thinking is that he's competent enough. But we were advised by the head of procurement that they can use a mechanism called the force account mechanism. I was also at that time hearing about it for the first time. And he said that it works under civil works. And that is somehow the activities that are supporting the civil works of the building. So at that point, it did not need now a fully blown procurement, because it was simply transportation of furniture and documents and everything else. But I will invite them to elucidate on that. Chair,
and under what legal framework did you authorize payment for the transportation of these documents? Who asked you? Who gave you the authority?
Honorable Chair, I think we need to look at that particular transaction which I saw, but it was an authorization from the PS.
To pay in what kind of way? To pay in fuel? To pay in cash?
What was there was a budget and paying an individual.
Paying Deo.
Yes.
So now, at what point you as an accountant, because I believe you authorized the payment of cash, at what point did the cash turn into fuel?
Honorable Chair, I think that transaction needs to be looked at in detail, because I cannot confirm that it was fuel, it was cash, then we changed it to...
Can we give you a copy of the... Can I have the documents Deo gave us? To refresh your memory as the PS responds to the questions you raised, Honorable Member. Clarification, Honorable Dakasi?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify from this place that he's telling lies, because he's mixing statement. You say this and say that. How do you tell us that you cannot confirm what you paid in July? And at first you admitted that you paid the guy either cash. Now you are turning around telling us you cannot comfortably tell us what is there. And you are telling us you are not active Where do you want to take us? Where do you want to take us? I think you better tell us the truth. You know, the problem with lies, you can tell lies now, then you forget tomorrow. But if you had done this thing in good favor, I think you would have now understood, or you would have remembered how you did it. But because it was some faulty things you are doing, that's why now the things are confusing you here. So, but for us, we don't have another time. It is today, and it is now, to tell us the truth.
As Honorable Gaffer comes in, when you look at the document the PS gave us, number 7, facilitation of staff, procurement of carriage materials during the renovation exercise.